Is AI making you more efficient? I wanted to ask this question because I've seen in the news big companies like Microsoft, Amazon, and others talking about how their workforce is being more productive with AI. And I wanted to pause and step back for a minute. Is AI actually making you more efficient? Is it making you more productive in your day-to-day? I don't know how many folks out there are using AI tools, but ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, and others are increasingly popular. Copilot is embedded in Microsoft, so if your company uses these, you're likely to be leveraging these types of tools in your day-to-day. I work remotely. I'm a product manager for a small tech company, and I can tell you that I use AI every single day. It is mind-blowing to think about that because just 3 years ago, I was finishing off my dissertation, and I remember clearly the day and time that I learned about ChatGPT when it had just come out with the model that they were introducing to everyone. And back then, the way I talked about it with my colleagues in my program was, hey, this tool is great. Back then, we were reading tons of articles and academic papers and summaries, and it was kind of a time saver because what we used it for back then was just summarize a whole book, a whole chapter. Back then, ChatGPT was being leveraged for that. It was a very simple thing that we tried to leverage it for. And now fast forward to today, and I can tell you, I use it for such a wide range of activities, from writing emails to creating reports, writing up Jira tasks. There's such a range of things that I use it for, but I never stopped and asked myself, is it actually making me more productive? Because again, before a time that I use these types of tools in the day-to-day, I was doing the reading, I was doing the summarizing, I was processing the information very differently. If I needed to create an email or write a report or write a dissertation, I didn't start with points from ChatGPT. It all came from my brain. Now that I use it, I feel like we're so addicted to just typing it in and expecting the output to be seconds long, even with certain models that take a little longer. I get impatient if it's longer than a few seconds. But again, I don't know if it's making me more efficient. I think it's changing how we do work. So while it can be super useful to write an email, right? If I know the general content of what I want to say, it could definitely improve it and do it in seconds. And in that sense, those types of things are making me more productive, quote unquote. But then if I think about other more complex tasks, like putting together a report on certain metrics, I don't know if it's helping me because I give it enough context, I provide certain data, and I have in my head what I'm expecting as a report, but then I have to do a lot of editing if I want these tools to get to where I need them to. In some ways, it's not making me more productive. I have to go back and change things and, prompt engineer and ask it questions and ask it to change things. It doesn't know what's in my head, right? So at the end of the day, when it comes to certain tasks, I'm not being more productive, but yet I feel like we're addicted to these tools because we always come back to them. Like if I have to write a full report, I might go straight to Claude or straight to ChatGPT. Like we use these tools maybe without even thinking about them. I noticed the other day I was trying to put a report on a platform that we have developed, and it was trying to do an evaluation of the metrics, like did we meet our goals, where did we fall short, and summarizing like what we actually did in a year. And it took me so long to get the report to where I wanted it to that I almost wonder it would have been more efficient for me to just write it from scratch without using those tools. I don't know where people feel, I don't know where they are at in terms of whether they believe this is actually making us more efficient. The reports from Microsoft and Amazon about how, it's helping them become more productive with their engineering, their development teams, helping them code. I have yet to see a team saying the code is pretty much good. Like if they're just asking for AI to develop code for them, it's still taking a human toll to review, and it might be less efficient than if you were just to write it. So in some ways, AI can help you brainstorm and start if you are stuck. I see that as a very valuable thing for people. I know especially when it comes to writing things down, the blank page may be really daunting for a lot of people. However, tools like ChatGPT, Claude, and others can help you get things on the paper. It might not be what you need them to be, but it could help with that sort of writer's block or procrastination, right? A lot of people procrastinate. They put it off to the last minute, and I think these tools might help with that. However, I don't think for myself, I don't think I could say that I've become more productive. It's just changing how we do work. I see this as tools creating fake productivity, whereas it's all about the hype. Like, yes, you can put something out in a few seconds, but it might not be the right thing. So you gotta realize that more output is not the same as more value, right? I see that for myself every day. I often have tons and tons of documents, spreadsheets, and things that I've created with these tools, but that doesn't mean those are things that I'm gonna take to clients, to leadership, or present to people. It's just, we don't wanna confuse efficiency for, volume. We could create a lot of volume, more output, but that does not mean we're being more efficient. And like I said, I did wanna mention, I do think these tools are creating new kinds of inefficiency for us. The time spent prompting, tweaking, regenerating, this is all very time consuming. Going back to the example of coding, you want to make sure you're coordinating with your team, and it's introducing a different kind of tasks for workers. While we think we're improving some things, other things are going to get messier, like the code review, like the tweaking and editing for us. So I'm just curious what other people are thinking, how they're actually using AI, and if you think that you're actually being more efficient, because I've been using these tools for the past couple years and I'm not sure I can say that I'm being more efficient. I think it's great for some things, but again, I don't want to confuse that for efficiency or productivity. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. I'm really curious to hear from other people about how they're using these tools, and if you think they're making you more productive, chime in, let us know what tools you use, and I hope you follow along for similar content to this. Cheers.